Hello everyone, it is me, Mary, and today we are starting on day 7, a yummy Halloween food item. So let's go ahead and get started to see what we are going to do and add to your Halloween party or just throughout the season. So the first thing we're going to need is to get our ingredients together. So I'm just going to show you what I use. And we have, first and foremost, we need to have a clean workspace. So I like to have wax paper just because it's very easy pickup. So I like to put some wax paper down. This is an option if you want to use it, yes or no, either way. But anyways, it's at the Dollar Tree for $1. We're going to need some cinnamon sugar. Now you can make your own cinnamon sugar. People can be really picky on the taste of cinnamon. So you can make your own relatively inexpensive. You can get a bag of sugar and a bag of cinnamon, or not a bag, but a container of cinnamon at the Dollar Tree for $2, so one for each. Or you can go ahead and get a pre-made cinnamon sugar. I got this at Big Lots for $1. Now we're going to need some butter, so it really depends on what you're going to use. 49 cents to $1 or more, depending upon the butter you want. We're going to need some tortillas, so I decided to get the ones that are the burrito style because they're a lot larger. That is a very easy thing to do. Now over at the Dollar Tree you can find some flour tortillas, or you can find them at the store. Mine were $1.50 for this huge bag, so really good at Shaw's. And you're also going to need some little cookie press. Now the cookie presses, they're better if you get the metal ones. These are a little bit harder, but it all just depends on where you're pressing them at. So I would say if you want to splurge, get the metal ones. If not, and you just want to spend $1, you can get these plastic cutouts. You can find them at Dollar Tree, Walmart, wherever you decide to pick them up. Okay, so what we're going to start by doing is selecting the tortilla and picking out the cookie cutters to see how you're going to want to press them. So go ahead and select a few different items. Now letting you know that whenever you're doing some of these that are a little bit more detailed, if you are not using a metal cookie cutter, you can have a problem. So just make sure that you're actually pressing them enough to where you're cutting them out perfectly. So I use a wooden cutting board here. This is completely optional. You pick what you would like. But when I'm done cutting through them, I like to press my finger on the bottom of the actual tortilla, so that way I'm able to make sure that they come out perfectly. Now if you're having children using these, I would definitely recommend being there with them the entire time through this process, just because it can get a little messy and you just want to make sure nobody gets hurt with a cookie press. Okay, so go ahead and select the items you're going to use, or the actual shapes you're going to use. Here are a few of mine, and I just have them on my wax paper here to show you. So very easy, just pick a few and let it go. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, now I'm doing this a way for the kids to do it, and then I'm going to show you a more way, a practical, the way I do it. So let's just show you how the kids would do it. So we're going to get some butter and we're going to melt it, and we're also going to have an area set up for our dipping area. So we have the sugar here on one side, and then we have the butter. So basically you would just put the tortilla, the cutout tortilla, into the butter, and then you're going to dip it into the sugar. Now, this is not the way that I do it because it's very messy. So this is the way I do it when I do this at home. So what I would do is I would put just a little bit of butter on a plate, makes it really easy. So you're just going to have that right there. And then I would have a station to where I'm just going to lay down the item and sprinkle the sugar on the top. So when I do this at home after dinner, this would be something that I would do. So I would just go ahead and dip the triangle or whatever you're going to use into the butter, and then just sprinkle on the top. That's the way that I do it on a very practical way. However, if you're having an assembly line with the kids wanting to have fun, this is a great way for them to do it as well. It's a little bit more messy this way. Okay, so then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put the actual crisp onto an aluminum cookie pan. I like to spray it just a little bit. You don't have to because there's butter on it, but I put a little bit of spray down, put it aluminum, pop it in the oven at 350 degrees. You're going to know they're done well, a few different ways. So you're going to see that the corner will start to curl up just a little bit. What you're going for here is for it to be crisp, but you don't want it to be burnt. So I would say at about 5 minutes, really be checking on it. Once you start to see that they're actually lifting up just a little bit, you can carefully verify that they're ready by making sure that it has a little crispy texture to it. So once you've pulled them out, they're going to look something like this, depending upon how much sugar you have on them. And now this is what I do. Now it's perfectly fine just to eat them this way. The kids love them this way. And as you saw earlier with the triangles, I do it all the time. It's just something to pop in the oven after dinner. Very easy. So if you want to leave it like this, that's perfectly fine. However, we like to go ahead and make a sundae. So if you want to do what we do, we get some vanilla ice cream, some whipped cream, chocolate, or the caramel. So you just melt some caramel and have some wonderful little sprinkles that you would choose to have. And this is how it turns out for us. So even if you don't want to do a sundae, what you could do is have your caramel drizzle on top, or even if you would just like to dip it in some whipped cream. They're absolutely yummy, super cute. We see the ghost and the scary cat and the bat, and everybody is here in our yummy sundae. This was fun. Me and the kids shared this together. We absolutely enjoyed it. Wonderful item to do for Halloween. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know how it works out. Have a great one. Talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.